going to chain 28 chains. It's going to be in multiples of 4, so make whichever multiple of 4 number of chains that you'll want. So this is my chain. So to make my first double crochet, I'm going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth chain I'm going to make a double crochet, just like that. And then I'm going to continue with a double crochet into the next stitch, and I'm going to be making a total of 23 double crochet, excluding the first 2 double crochets. So continue with these double crochets until you are remaining with one last stitch, and then I'll meet you there. So into this last stitch, you're going to be making 5 double crochets into this stitch. 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5. So once I've made my 5 double crochets into that one stitch, I'm going to continue with the double crochets on the other side. So you're just going to follow the previous crochet like this one, and then just make it at this point for the other side so that they can just align. So for this row, you're also going to be making the 23 double crochets, and when you're remaining with the last stitch, I'll meet you there. Once I've made my 23 double crochets into this last stitch, I'm going to be adding 3 extra double crochets because you already have the 2, so that it can match the 5 double crochets I made in the last stitch here. So add 3 extra double crochets into this stitch. After I've added my 3 double crochets, I'm going to make a slip stitch into this first chain here, a slip stitch, and this is the end of my first row. So now we're going to be working in our second row. I'm going to chain 1, and here we're going to be working in the front part of the double crochet, which is this part here. So yarn in and into this space like that, and then pull and make your first double crochet like that, and into the next one, so into the front part like that, pull through and have your second double crochet, and it's like this, and then like that. That's the third one, and that's the fourth one. So after you've made your 4 front part double crochet, now you're going to be making for the back part. So for the back part, it's going to be like that, and then like that, and pull your yarn like that. That's the first one. That's the second. That's the third. And our fourth. Back part, double crochet. So you're going to alternate between the front part and the back part for this entire row. That's how it's going to be looking like. So repeat the front part, back part, front part, back part for this entire row, and then I'll meet you when you finish them at this point. You're going to end with the back loop, back part, double crochets. That's how your first row is going to be looking like, more or less. Front part, double crochets, and then back part, double crochet. Once you're done, I'm going to be making my slip stitch, and that's the end for row 1. So for row 2, so for row 3 I'm going to be chaining 1, and then I'm going to be repeating this front part. So that's how I'm going to be working my first front loop. So like that, pull, like that, pull, and like that. And then next you're going to work in the back loop, so into this side, then pull, and you have a first double crochet, that's your second, third, and this is your fourth. And then you're going to go back to the front loop, double crochet. So you're going to be repeating this pattern up to the end of the row. And then go to the back loop. So repeat this up to the end of the row, and then I'll meet you there. This is how your phone bag is going to be looking like. So in the fourth row, you're going to just chain 1, and you're going to continue in the front loop of the bag. So you're going to continue the alternating between the front part, double crochet, and the back part, double crochet, and then in the fifth row we are going to be changing that. Part. So alternate this up to the end of the row, and then make a slip stitch, and then I'm going to show you how row 5 is done. Once I'm done with my 4th row, so in the 5th row we are going to be doing reverse of this. So in the place we did the front part double crochet, we are going to be doing the back part double crochet, and where we did the back part double crochet, we are going to be making the front part double crochet. So chain 1, and you're going to start with the first one. So just the back, like that. The back part double crochet, we are going to be making it to be the the front part double crochet. So you're going to pull through the front, so front and also this last one, like that. And then in the next one, because it's the front part double crochet, we're going to be making the back part double crochet. So this creates the checkerboard feeling for the bag. And then when you get to the back part, you're going to make the front part. And then here you're going to make the back part. So you're going to repeat for this row 5, 6 and 7, and then I'll meet you again. The next one, you're going to make the front part. That's how it's going to be looking like. So make this for the next 2 more rows, and then I'll meet you for row 8. So that's how it's going to be looking like from this checkered pattern. So now for my next, for row 8, you're going to be repeating what you did for the first rows, like that. So I'm going to change my yarn and use the white yarn to create more of that checkered board feel. That's going to be my front part double crochet. So for this row, we are going to be working in the front part. And then where we made the front part, we are going to be making the back part. And then then where we made the back part, we are going to make the front part. Double crochet, and where there is the front part, you're going to make the back part. So you're going to repeat this pattern until you have the bag that you want, the desired size of your bag. So make that up to the number of rows that you want, and then I'll meet you back to make the bag straps. Now that I've completed the rows of making my bag, I'm going to be making the bag straps. And in making the bag straps, because I want it to be a crossbody shoulder bag, I'm going to start with chain 1, and then I'm going to make a double crochet into the same stitch like that. Next I'm going to chain 1 and then yarn, and then into this space like that, pull, and I have my other handle, and then like that. So I'm going to repeat this until I have the length that I want, in which I can wear this bag as a crossbody bag. But if you know any other chain, you can make it for your bag. Once I've made the height of the bag that I want, I'm going to be joining to this side using a slip stitch like that, and then I'm going to cut my yarn. So this is the strap that I made. So this is the strap that I made. It's long enough for it to go over my shoulder and to the other side, because that's how I want to wear this bag, and the bag is sturdy enough to be holding my phone, pods, and even my wallet when I want to travel. So this is the full bag that I made. If you want to make a bigger one than this, you're just going to follow the same pattern. So thank you for watching my tutorial, and I'll see you next time. Bye.